What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for a new Twisted Color Pie cube draft. I wanted to upload a bit earlier this week. I thought I could, upload something on Sunday or Monday. Turns out I was a little bit ill actually, and it was nothing too bad, but my voice was kind of weird. Like when I was speaking in my own language, which is French, everything was fine. You could tell that I was a little bit ill, but nothing too bad. But somehow, when I was speaking in English, I had a super low pitch, which was really weird. Like I sounded like freaking Batman or something. So it was kind of weird. I thought it could be funny, but I was also coughing a lot, so I decided not to record and just take a little break. But yeah, I'm back. This is, Wednesday morning. In a couple hours, there will be the weekly maintenance, I'm pretty sure. And after that, I think it's the last day of the Twisted Color Pie Cube draft, so it's most likely going to be the last one I will upload. Um, and then I don't know. Honestly, I'm not super thrilled about uploading more Kaladesh. I kind of had enough of this set. I don't know why and how, because I think it's pretty cool. At least I was super hype about it at the beginning, but now, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it so much. Maybe it's because I don't know why. I hate Renegade Freighter, even when I play it, and I don't know. I haven't had a lot of fun with the set recently, so yeah, probably not that. I don't know what they intend to put online next. The last few weeks there were some core set, some flashback core set available online, and some of them are pretty cool. I uploaded one which was funny, some other less appealing. I think right now it's M13 and it's not really good. I mean, I don't really love it either way. I think pretty boring. So yeah, I haven't followed the MTGO calendar if there's such thing, so I don't really know what's gonna be up. The only thing I know is that next weekend there will be a Mox monthly tournament which is in limited, and I will probably do it. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in me uploading that. You have to know though that when I'm playing in a more competitive settings or tournament, uh, I mean, I will be talking less, thinking more, and be, I think, overall less entertaining for you to watch. Because, when I'm just chilling and drafting, mostly, I try to speak a lot, to say things, to be entertaining. And I also play a little bit less good from time to time, just because I'm talking and trying to have fun. And well, I often do have fun, but yeah, if I'm playing in a more serious tournament, I might not talk as much. There might be some blank where I'm not saying anything, where I'm just thinking. Um, so yeah, it would be a little bit different, but just let me know in the comment if you'd be interested in seeing that. And yeah, it depends. I think back in the days, I mean, a couple months ago actually, mocks were still very long tournament with maybe 10 rounds. Now, I read something a couple months ago, I don't remember exactly, but I think they changed it and now it's something like 7 rounds, and if you make 5-2 or better, you are qualified for the next for the payoff, I think they call it. It might be wrong, but it's something like that. I mean, I think they made the tournament overall a bit more shorter and easy to play in, I would say. So yeah, I might just it would be basically, I think, seven. I think it's 7 rounds, 7 rounds of I think it's, yeah, of Kaladesh sealed. Uh, but yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. Just leave a comment if you do, and hopefully someone will join that draft queue and we can start this last Twisted Color Pie cube draft. All right, that was just a couple things I had to say, and yeah, guess we'll wait a little bit. Hopefully it will just start, because I don't really wanna stop the recording and wait for someone to come to draft. But What else can I tell you? Well, okay, nothing. I guess we can just talk about cards now. Good, good, good. Alright, there's a Force of Will in here, which I do like. Even though blue is more aggressive in this cube, Force of Will still remains a very great card. Like, if you can just put, I don't know, a Phantasmal Bear on turn 1, an aggressive 2-drop, an aggressive 3-drop, and you Force of Will the first card they play, which might be, I don't know, a Flicker Wisp or whatever, it's really, really gonna be tough for them to come back. So even in aggressive deck, great card. Vendilion Click is amazing too, but I think I like Force of Will more. I think the effect is more unique and a little bit more useful in general. I haven't played with any Eldrazi in this cube yet. I know there's Sneak Attack, but without that and some... Well, you cannot really reanimate old Eldrazi because they shuffle back. But yeah, I haven't played with them. I don't think they are great unless you have Sneak Attack maybe, but... Click, probably actually the next best card after Force of Will, which is slightly annoying because we might put someone else into blue. Scrapmaster is funny, but I really haven't had success with artifacts so far in this cube. There's a theme, but maybe people were always drafting it or something, but it never just, you know, came to me. I was never able to do it, basically. I played the enchantment deck twice. I did not upload because I was not recording when I did that, and it was pretty funny, but artifact, never really worked for me. Do like Sever the Bloodline a lot in this cube. There's not many removal, especially in black, and this basically gets rid of anything. And the fact that it removes from the game is amazing because there are some reanimation strategies, and Flashback is cool. Very, very strong card in this cube, I think. Now there's Thassa, which is quite amazing. You could just pick that and go Mono Blue Devotion. Do like the card a lot in the blue aggressive deck. And it fits, it goes better with Force of Will. If this was a regular cube, I would just pick Sever the Bloodline and go blue-black control. Playing blue-black control in this cube is a little bit harder. I think you can do it, but it's not as good as it would be in regular cubes. And I think it would be more funny to go blue devotion aggro if we can. And it's probably what I'm gonna do. Though, picking Sever the Bloodline and hoping to wield the Strix is quite appealing. Bident of Thassa is quite cool. Yeah, I do like that card a fair amount. Gives you devotion to blue, it's pretty good. You just give cheap aggressive creature, which we want anyways. Yeah, and we have Thassa, so we might as well pick the Bident, right? Propaganda, not really for this style of deck, I don't think so. I don't think you want to spend energy on making them not able to attack. You are the attacker anyway. Sterling Grove is amazing for the enchantment deck. Factory pretty cool if you can be mono blue. Having a couple manlands, colorless manlands is quite nice. Either way, we'll pick the Bident. Ooh, Void Mage Prodigy, Wheeler Rogue. I do like both cards a lot. Sorry that I'm still coughing a little bit. I think Wheeler Rogue might be stronger in general. I really like that card a lot. I don't know. I think Prodigy is more likely to wheel because this card is not really good unless you are really on the mono blue beatdown deck, where Wheeler Rogue is good in any blue deck. It's just a very great card, especially in this cube. I really like him. So I think I might just pick the Rogue and hope to wheel the Prodigy. It's a cool card, it's very strong. I think I like Wheeler Rogue more. But, mono blue so far seems open, which is cool. Yeah, it's a tough choice. I think you can go with both cards. But I've been really impressed with Wheeler Rogue recently. Ooh, Kira is one of my favorites. Pattern of Wizard is amazing too. I think if I had picked the Void Mage, I would pick the Patron right now. But I think it might wheel too, and Kira is just so nasty. This cube, there's not much removal in this cube, so it's not like other cube when sometimes you can just, you cannot just Wrath away. I think there is one Wrath of God, and each time you kill a creature, they get a 1/1 flying token. So when there's no Wrath of God in a cube, Kira just becomes one of the nastiest, most nasty creature. Hopefully we can wheel the Patron, but I think if we are the only one in mono blue, it might wheel. But I love Kira too much. That card is amazing. The only thing right now is that we might be putting someone into blue wizard, which overlaps a lot about mono blue aggro. It's pretty much the same deck, kind of, which means that if we actually do that, if someone took the click and then the prodigy and then the patron of wizard, yeah, we are not gonna get match pack 2, but oh well. At least it's open this way around, which is cool. Wick Thrasher, pretty good, quite aggressive. I think it's solid in this cube. There's Nykthos too, which is a consideration. I think I'd rather get the aggressive 3-drop though. Especially since in my opinion at least, the blue aggressive deck doesn't really need more mana. Like Nykthos is really better, I think, in the green devotion deck that you can play in this cube. Well, you don't really have any devotion card in green, but there's Nykthos, and mana is more important in green. In blue, very often you just don't need more than 4 mana. At least, I don't think so. I guess we'll pick the Sprite because there's nothing else, and Proteus Staff is not a card for this deck. There's Steam Vent though, and Splashing for red could be not an interesting option. I mean, this is good if we wield the Patron of Wizard and this kind of stuff though. I think I like Steam Vent more. And I kind of have the feeling, unfortunately, that we will not actually wheel those wizards. I hope we will, but I think we might not. Military intelligence is kind of cool, but I think Biden kind of does the same thing but better. And I don't think you want to stack up too many of these effects and not have enough creatures. I've been pretty impressed with Frostwalker. Like, I've really, destroyed people with Frostwalker. I think it's great. Fairy Conclave is good too. Psionic Blast is very solid too. I do like that card a lot. Having some burn and some reach in the blue deck is amazing. I think I'm gonna go with Blast. I mean, it's good news that there was a lot of good cards for our deck in the last pack, but it's kind of lame that yeah, there was a lot of things I wanted in the same pack and I could not pick everything. Bouncer is pretty cool. Combos fairly well with Wheeler Rogue. I could pick that, it's a good 2-drop. Another option is Temple of Epiphany, but right now we don't even have a red card to splash for. I guess I'll pick the Bouncer. And yeah, I think this was the pack with... No, this was the pack where I picked Will. What did I pick from that pack? I picked Thassa. No, in this pack there was nothing else than Thassa for Mono Blue, I don't think so. Okay, it's next pack where we'll see if we wield the Prodigy, which would be amazing. I think I'm gonna pick Sever the Bloodline. If I can splash for something, I'd rather splash for that than Strix. Yeah, Prodigy did not wheel. We got Factory though, which is pretty good potentially. Oh, never mind. This was the pack with Prodigy and it wheeled. Amazing. Never mind. And we got the Patron. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, Mono Blue, Wizard or not Wizard, whatever you might want, is wide open. That's amazing. Now I kind of wish I had the Spellstutter Sprite. Especially since those cards make us want to play Mono Blue more than anything else, even though Steam Vent is pretty free splash. That being said, the Sprite is not great if you don't have any other... Sorry. Any other spirits, and we don't have Vendilion Click, we'll not have it. And it's a wizard, which is cool for those, but playing a bad wizard just to make those good, not really something I want to do. Okay, 2 cards I like a lot for this deck, and the other card that's pretty cool. Well, the other card that's really cool is Wasteland. Great if you are monocolored and you can afford to play it. That being said, if we have Patron of Wizards, playing a couple factories, Wasteland, and this kind of stuff can hurt. So there is that. And the 2 other cards are obviously Phantasmal Image and Aether Adept. I like them both. I think in general I like Image more. But given that we have the Patron of Wizard, Aether Adept becomes a little bit more appealing. Now it might wheel, but it might not wheel. I also have a lot of 3-drops right now. Aether Adept is also better for the Devotion. It's really a tough pick. I really like both cards a lot. I think Image... I don't know, I really like them both, but... Image I think is a little bit safer. It's I don't know. I really like the fact that Image can save you from a random reanimator deck sometime. You know, they reanimate something and you can just copy it. It's just amazing sometimes. When you can just, you know, copy a Wheeler Rogue and play something else, it's crazy. I think it's a very good card. I do like it a lot. I think I like Remand more than Elder Deepfin here. Deepfin is fine. Works very well with Wheeler Rogue. We might want that. I think it might wheel. I think I do like Remand more though. Grand Architect is quite amazing. Basically a lord for all my creatures. We don't really care about the artifact thing, but you know, boosting all creatures is just good enough. I've been pretty impressed with this card. I haven't played with it, but I've played against it, and it was always amazing for my mono blue opponents. I think it's better than the Chasm Skulker or the Glaze. Now there is Strip Mine, which is amazing in this deck, I think. It's as good as, you know, Strip Mine in this deck is as good as it is in the mono red deck from, you know, regular cubes. So it's a consideration, especially since the Architect is pretty likely to wheel, since we will Pattern of Wizard and Prodigy. So I think actually I will take the risk and pick the Strip Mine and hope to wheel the Architect. Okay, Ninja of the Deep Hours is a solid card for this deck. Very nice with Wheeler Rogue, pretty good card in general. And there's nothing else, so yeah. We'll just pick that. Well, there's Crystal Shard, which is strong. And I guess Color, which is interesting. Not sure how good it is. I'm kind of stuck with a lot of 3-drops right now, and it's not a wizard. Wingcrafter is a bit weaker, but it is a wizard, and it's a bit more aggressive. I think just because of my curve and because I want to be as aggressive as possible, I might want Wingcrafter, which also combos pretty well with Ninja. I think it looks bad, but I think it's pretty good in this archetype, especially when we have Pattern of Wizards. Crystal Shard is is good, but we already have a Bouncer which kind of does a similar effect. Yeah, I think we just want the Wingcrafter. Ooh, Glen Elendra Archmage. That's one of the better blue card in pretty much any cube. And in this archetype, in this cube, is just it's the nut. It is the nut. Like if you can assemble Glen plus Pattern of Wizard and a couple other wizard, it's just game over. You can counter anything if they somehow manage to find a Removal and cast it through your Pattern of Wizard. You can Glen. It's just you know, it's GG basically. Card is also quite cool with Bouncer because you can, you know, you can get the Persist and then bounce it back and then it becomes a 2/2 again. It's very cool with Prodigy too. So pretty amazing. Sorcerer is cool as it is a wizard. Yeah, I like that a fair amount. Even as a 2/1 wizard with flying and flash, it's solid, and then you can sometimes exploit. Good. Things are just like this deck is wide open, which is amazing. Divert is funny, but not that strong, I don't think so. Snap and Icy Manipulator are pretty good. Not sure which one I like more. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have a lot of Removal. I think Manipulator is pretty cool here, I think. Maybe Snap is better. It's kind of close. Ooh, we got the Wasteland back. Sweet. Deepfin Wield. Deepfin is pretty good with... we got some other 4-drops that we can sack and are decent to sack. The Archmage and the Ninja. Yeah, I think Deepfin might actually be good here. We got the Architect back. Sweet. Sweet. We almost have a complete deck here. It's amazing. What I'm really looking for right now is more 2-drops and more 1-drops, but I even have 3s, enough 4, I think. And I probably don't want to play many other, costly cards. Nothing I really care about here. I guess Ascension can be threatening. Yeah, that's the Wrath of God that gives, Spirit Token. Don't think I will play Scholar because I have really a lot of threes and it's one of the weaker threes I have. I don't love I think Leonin Bola could be interesting in some matchup. I think it's a better sideboard option where Flash of Insight is fine but not for appealing. Okay, good. Well, we did get Strip Mine, Wasteland, and Mishra's Factory. And I think, well, even if we play those, everything else is going to be an island, so we should not be too concerned about, not being able to cast Pattern of Wizard. Which very often you don't really even want to cast on turn 3, you'd rather play that on turn, a bit later on when you have more wizards. Riptide Laboratory could be cool. Very strong with Glen Elendra Archmage. Lamb Maniac is not for that deck, even though it's a wizard. I think we just want Docent of Perfection, though. It's not a wizard itself, but it creates wizard. And, Pattern of Wizard Docent can be pretty hard to beat. That being said, we don't have a lot of instant and sorceries, but it's just a very, very good 5-drop. It adds to the devotion. It's a solid card on its own. It boosts wizard if it flips. It might be slightly hard to flip in in this deck, sorry, because we mostly have creatures, but still very good card. Equilibrium is insane. I've been extremely impressed with that card. Ether Mutation is great too. Claustrophobia probably fine, but Equilibrium is just the nut. Yeah, and we have a couple. Well, it's good because you can bounce opponent's creature, but we have also a couple enter the battlefield triggers. I mean, not that much, not that many, but you can use it with maybe Sorcerer. I think you can pretty much hardlock the opponent if you have something like Sorcerer, Wheeler Rogue. Right? You play Sorcerer. I mean, you can counter any creature spell at least. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's gonna be strong. Ooh, Sage of the Fables. It's a wizard. It's gonna make our curve really heavy on threes, but oh well. I mean, I don't really want to cast this on turn 3s away. Is it actually good enough? How many wizards do we have? It's not a wizard. This is a wizard. Well, Siege of the Fable Archmage is actually a lock, at least for a non-creature spell, because it will basically never die, which is cool. We do have some wizard. This is often gonna be a wizard. This produces wizard. I think it's gonna be good enough here. Sheldock Isle is also a very powerful card though. Maybe we'll just pick the Isle and probably will the Sage anyways. Yeah, I think this might be a better option. Stonybrook Banneret, I'm not a huge fan. I think it's, I mean, sure it makes my wizard cost less, but it doesn't work with this, it doesn't work with that. It's only really good with Archmage and decent with Docent of Perfection, mediocre with Source. I don't think it's great, even though it's a wizard and all. I think the Drakeling might be better. That being said, we don't really need more 3-drop. And I think it would be one of my weakest 3-drops, so... Nah, I'm not thrilled by anything here. There's Flame Slash, but I don't think I'll try to splash anything. I guess I'll pick the Drakeling, but... maybe I should pick Banrat. Ooh, Massive Wave. The best wizard in the entire cube. Slam that. I mean, I think at this point, this is the best card for me in the entire cube. Bar nothing. Like, there are not a single card in the cube that would be better than that for me in this cube right now. So it's a pretty easy choice. Do love Daze in this cube. Hall of Triumph would be cool, but I think Daze is better. At least I like Daze more. I don't think you can get a much better mono blue deck than that. Maybe we could use some more 2-drops, but other than that, it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna cut Sneak Attack here. I think it's the card I fear the most. I don't really care about anything else, and there's no mono blue cards. Ooh, do like Cloudfin Raptor a decent amount. This dude is a wizard, but pretty weak, much weaker than the Raptor, which I do like a fair amount. La Maniac will not play. Reptile Laboratory is cool. Now, I don't want to stack up too many non-blue producing lands. That being said, that thing is pretty sick with... Well, not really with Master of Wave unless you have the Architect and you can still keep your tokens around. It's pretty good with Glen, though not amazing. It's good though. We'll pick Commandeer here, for the side, not for the main, but it's a decent option. Siege of the Fables Wield. And now, the toughest part is gonna be what do we want to cut. Maybe the Icy Manipulator. That being said, we don't have a lot of Reinvol. Maybe we have to keep that around. Maybe I could put Wake Trasher. It's really good though. Maybe Elder Deepfield is not really what we want to be doing. Rogue is cool to sacrifice. Ninja is fine to sacrifice. Glen is fine to sacrifice. Sage is sacrificable but not great. Those who you don't really want to sack them. You can sack the Sorcerer. I don't know if Elder Deepfield is that good. I mean, there aren't that many creatures that I'm fine sacrificing. Turn aside is cool for the side. Yeah, this deck is lacking 2 drops. Other than that, it's really good. Close call. I think we can afford to play 16 lands, by the way. So we just need to cut 1 card. Yeah, Sage of the Fables is amazing with Archmage, solid with Master of Wave, solid with Patron of Wizard, solid with Sorcerer, solid with Prodigy, Wingcrafter. Phantasmal Image probably is gonna be Wizard very often, pretty good with Docent. He should be good, right? Kinda wanna try out the card. Love the deck, we just need to cut 1 thing, and I still don't really know what it should be. Maybe it's right to play Banrat. I don't think it's great though, I don't think it's great. But the fact that we don't have that many 2-drop might make the Banrat decent. Oh, it's also Merfolks actually, so yeah. Well, it means Master of Waves cost 2, I think. This reduces the cost here. This dude is not even a wizard actually, never mind. Well, this dude you cannot reduce colorless. This is the Vedalken. This is the Merfolk though. I don't know, reduce the cost on 5 cards. It's 1/1 Island Walk Body. And right now we have too many playables. I think it actually belongs to the side. I think it's a better option. You know, if I know that my opponent has some island, then, you know, the fact that it's going to be unblockable makes it a bit more appealing, but otherwise a 1/1 might just not be good enough. Should probably cut a 3-drop or the Elder Deep Fiend. Do like the Fiend though. Do like the Fiend. Maybe I'm cutting Sage of the Fables. The more wizards I cut, the less good is gonna be Patron of Wizards though. How many wizards do I have? I'm very often gonna make this a wizard, I'm pretty sure. Well, this will produce probably 1 wizard each time I cast it. These are wizards. Wizard. Well, he is a wizard, I guess. This is a wizard. 9 wizards. Well, that's decent. Half of my creatures are wizards. Well, you don't need many wizards to make that good. The thing is, it's actually triple blue, and we are playing a fair amount of non-blue lands. It's probably not right to not play it though. I think we should not consider it as a 4-drop more than a 3-drop though. Yeah, I still don't know what to do with this deck and what to cut. And it might be even right to play 17 lands given that we have a man land, we have a laboratory, we have 2 lands that we want to... Yeah, I think you actually want to play 17 lands in this deck, despite having a pretty low curve. We have some utility lands, we have some ways to use mana, yeah. So, we need to cut 2 things. I almost want to cut the Sage Wizard thing and just not try to do the wizard stuff. Because I think the deck is really good without wizards. Sorry, without wizard synergies, and it's tough. It's really tough. Could also cut Elder Deep Fiend. Having a little bit of control over the board is cool, though. Because if I get Sage, my pattern of wizards is gonna be, weaker. It's so tough, so tough. Bouncer is not amazing, but it's good enough, and we need some 2-drops. I don't think I can afford to cut any of my 1 or 2 drops. So things I could cut. Sasa is not getting cut. I guess I could cut Weak Thrasher. Equilibrium, not gonna cut. Grand Architect, not gonna cut. I guess this can be cut if I don't play the wizards. In theory I could cut Icy Manipulator, but I don't think I want to. Do like the ninja. Do like everything here. I think Elder Deep Fiend is actually gonna be very solid in this deck. I need to cut 2 cards from that. Kinda just wanna cut the wizards things. Or maybe I should cut Icy Manipulator, Wake Thrasher, and keep my wizards. I mean, this is fine. This is just a huge 3-drop, which might be better than Sorcerer in general, though. But if I'm playing Patron, I need to keep as many wizards as I can. Tough call. Because those cards are not very exciting on their own, and they just become good if you can have some together. Because I could cut these 3 cards and add the Scholar instead, and just, be aggressive and not care about Wizard, or the Turn Aside, which is main deckable, I think. It's really difficult. Let's add 12 island for now. Yeah, I really don't know what I should be cutting. There's probably a card that's weaker in there, but I cannot tell which card. I think Manipulator is pretty cool given that, we are mono blue without any removal, basically. I think I'll go with that because I have to make a choice, but you might just tell me it's completely wrong and I should be playing those cards. They're insane together, very good in the deck. I don't know, it's really tough. But I think I don't have a lot of wizards, which means playing that forced me to play some other stuff that are not so good. The card is pretty good on its own though. I think I have to play these. I guess I got Wicked Thrasher. Oh god. Oh god, why? Yeah, I just cannot bring myself to cut anything else. I'm gonna submit that. It's wrong to play 41 cards, but I just don't know, and there's nothing I want to cut. So we'll be doing that. We'll try the wizard plan. We'll hopefully it will work. Yeah. I guess this draft was pretty long because I took a lot in the beginning and a lot in the end, but hopefully you still enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you for next round.